Hello everyone, my name is Everled, and today we're going to be talking about the buffs for the four characters that they have told us we're getting buffed about 2 patches ago, which are Silverwolf, Kafka, Blade, and Jingliu. Now I have taken a look at some of these buffs already. I haven't read fully everything. I don't know. I have to see the Eidolon changes, but a lot of things have changed for these characters. If they're good or bad or not, I will talk about when we get there. So let me just start this here. So, how we're gonna do this is I have the actual change kit here, and I have the original normal live kit here. So we're gonna look at both and see what exactly has changed between them all. So I believe for stats, I have not changed for any characters. So it was not a stat change; it was actually just a full kit buffs. That's what it was. So that's what we expect moving down the line. They just buff the actual kit itself and not change any numbers around, which is pretty interesting, I think. So let's just get straight into it. Let's just have this set up here. There we go. Okay, so the base attack is the exact same. I recognize this. This is it's same. It just doesn't attack, whatever. I didn't think there's gonna change this. Now the skill. Before it was an 85% chance to add a weakness of an on-field character's type to the target enemy, a random I might add, which will also reduce the enemy's damage resistance to that weakness type by 20%. And if they already had it, then you don't get the weakness resistance. Reduction, sorry. And if only one can be implemented, and if she applies another one, only the most recent applies. And there's a 100% base chance to further reduce the ultimate of the enemy by 10%, and then you just deal damage. Now, it's a 120% base chance, which is much higher, thank God, of a on-field ally target's type to one as an enemy target, which prioritizes the first ally. So now you can basically just actually guarantee what you'll put down on the enemy, which is good. Also reducing the enemy target's resistance to that weakness type by 20% for 3 turns. It's an extra turn longer, which is great. And the same thing here, if they already had a weakness, it won't be applied, which kind of sucks. And then same thing here, only the most recent one is applied and kept. And then there's a 100% base chance, the same, which further reduces the target's alter resistance by 13% instead of 10% for 2 turns. And then it's simply just the same amount of attack. This is a pretty good upgrade. It increases the base chance of actually hitting the weakness. It actually has a lot more. It has a lot less RNG, thank God, because the RNG thing was stupid. And yeah, it just seems a lot better. I think my biggest problem, it just sucks that they remove this. I really wish they still kept it, but what can you do, right? This is a little higher, which is nice. Yeah, this is a pretty good change, right? I think it's solid. I don't think it's mind breaking, but this is good. Now the ultimate is actually where it gets pretty interesting. Before, it was a 100% base chance to decrease enemy target defense by 45% for 3 turns, and then you dealt damage equal to a percentage of Silverwolf's attack to that target enemy. Now, it's a 120% base chance to decrease all enemies' defense by 45% for 3 turns, and then you deal quantum damage to all enemies. So they made the ultimate AoE, and they increased the base chance. This is probably one of the best changes, right? So if we pull up, this second time I'm doing this, if we pull up the database real quick, and we pull up Pella. Here's Pella. Remember, she was one of the best options for ultimate for defense reduction. It was 40%. Now you just run Silverwolf, the new one, and you'll have more defense reduction, which is just great. That's perfect. This is good. I think this is probably one of the best changes. I don't think the cost was changed, right? Yeah, no, the cost was changed. But yeah, this is good. It's just a single 30, but as you can see, it's an AoE now, so that's not the biggest problem. Alright, so now the talent was actually changed a little bit, and I do like it. So before, Silverwolf can create 3 types of bugs: a 10% attack reduction, 8% defense reduction, or 6% speed reduction. And every time Silverwolf attacks, she has a 70% base chance to apply a random bug that lasts for 3 turns in an enemy target. That was it. Now you can see it's longer. The bugs actually got changed. The defense reduction was up to 12%, which is really good. Speed didn't change, nor the attack didn't change. And then after every attack launched by Silverwolf, there's a 100% base chance to apply 1 random bug to the attack on the target, lasts for 3 turns. So yeah, the base chance went up to 100%, none of that 72% nonsense. And then when the enemy target is defeated, the weakness Silverwolf implanted on it will be transferred to another surviving enemy on the field. This is huge, because now you don't have to waste a skill point to apply that same weakness to the next enemy. You can now just let that transfer over to the next guy. That's so convenient. It makes her a little bit more skill point neutral, close to it, which is really good. The technique, I don't think the technique was changed at all, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it's the same thing. So, this is that. Now we scroll down. I believe traces were also untouched. Yes. These were. I think something changed here. Yes, they did. So, let's just look at everything changed. So, the first one, Bug's duration is extended for 1 turn. Every time an enemy is afflicted with weakness break, Silverwolf has 65% base chance of planting a random bug in the enemy. Now, it's a 100% base chance. No, it's now more closer to like a guaranteed chance, basically. Close to that, which is good. The second one, the duration of the weakness implanted by Silverwolf's skill increased by 1 turn. Now, it's actually completely different. At the start of the battle, it immediately regenerates 20 energy, and Silverwolf regenerates 5 energy at the start of her own turn. Remember, that turn, you might be thinking, oh, but we lost turn. Remember, that got added into the skill. It got fused into that. Now, remember, it lasts for 3 turns instead of 2 turns. So they just took that, put it into the skill, and then just gave her more energy, which is good, because her ult's now much better. Which is, I like. That's good. And the final talent, if there are 3 more debuffs affecting the enemy when the skill is used, then the skill decreases the all-type resistance penetration by additional 3%. That was also fused into the skill just naturally, which is good. And now the trace is, let's go down. For every 10% effect hit rate the Silverwolf has, additionally increase her attack by 10% up to a max 50%. So just 50% effect hit rate, boom, max attack. Pretty good. I don't really see the necessity for that because she's not the biggest damage dealer. But I mean, hey, I'll take anything. Like this is good. That's not bad at all, right? Because you already probably built it into EHR anyway, so it's not the biggest in the world. But yeah, this is good. I believe some of her Eidolons changed. I don't remember which ones, but I can quickly look. I believe E1 was unchanged. Silver regenerates 7 energy for every debuff, and then 5 times her ultimate. Yes, E2 has changed. Before it was just you just reduce their when an enemy enters battle, reduce their effect resistance by 20%. Now, when an enemy target enters battle, increase damage received by 20%, and when the enemy target receives attack from allied targets, Silverwolf has a 100% base chance of implanting that attacked enemy with 1 random bug. So now your allies can be the one implanting those bugs, which is pretty good. I do think that's good. Obviously, E3 and E5 are unchanged because I really didn't buff those. I believe E4 is the same, if I remember correctly. Yes. And I think E6 is slightly the same. For every deal the enemy target has, damage dealt by Silverwolf to 8 increase by 10% up to max. Yes, that's it. It seems to be a little weirdly different. Yeah, it's just a little different. Because it adds 2 its, which I don't know. I don't think it changes anything, but interesting. But yeah, no, I think these are just rewords. The same with this. There's a slight reword here, where instead of attack enemies, just attack any enemy target. But her ultimate is AoE anyway, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, pretty good. I think these are really good changes. I do like this a lot. It gives her higher base chances, which is really good. The bugs are slightly better, which is always great to have. This is now AoE, which is thank God. Right? Like these are great changes. I think this is probably one of the better changes. Right? I like this. If I only had one complaint, I wish this went up to like 8%. But that's it. That's just like a nitpick. A really big nitpick. That's it. Outside that, yeah, I like this. I really do. This character is now much more viable. I think this character is now runnable in more teams, which is good. I like that a lot. Moving on to Blade. This is the one I was most hyped for when I first saw that he was getting buffed because he could actually still hold his own in some cases, especially with Hyacinth. With Hyacinth, he was really strong. So we'll go over his changes. So most of his changes, I should preface that they just changed a lot of his. Anytime he had attack, they fused it into his HP multipliers. So as you hear, his base attack, instead of doing 100% of his attack, it does 50% of his HP, which is just average for any character based on HP. So, like for example, this skill here, instead of being a sum of 40% of his attack and 100% of his HP, now it's just 130% of his max HP. And then the additional damage from base attack. This is the enhanced base attack, by the way. It does 50% of his max HP to adjacent targets instead of a sub. Like, it's good. Like, now you can focus everything into HP, which is, I mean, you probably already built him into HP anyway, because he wanted more of it, so it didn't matter, but does that. And obviously, the Blade's current HP is insufficient. That has not changed in the slightest. That hasn't changed, you see. The ultimate, let me just put everything here. It's a weirdly enough, it's like weird, like put like in different spots, which is kind of interesting. Let's look at the skill first. Consumes HP equal to 30% of his max HP. When Hellscape is active, he does 30%. All that. I believe this is the exact same. I don't think a single thing has changed. Oh, no, I remember. The chance of receiving attacks from enemy targets are greatly increased. So now he actually gets hit more often. He now has a higher chance of getting hit more often. And they just made it, yeah, they put these commas here, or not commas, they put these quotation marks so you know what exactly the name of the move is. I believe outside that, the same thing. Yes. There's also a second hidden stat. I assume that's the I assume it's a 5% chance of getting attacked. That's the aggro. So there's that. Alright. So let's move up to the ultimate now. Ultimate is just going to be a bunch of, anytime you saw attack, it's gone. So before it was a sum of 40% of his attack, 100% max HP, and 100% of the tally. Now it's just 150% of his HP and 100% of the tally of his HP loss, which is good. At the same time, deal wind damage equal to a discharge equal to sum of 60% of his HP attack, 40% of HP, and 40% of the tally. Now actually was increased to 60% of max HP and 50% of the tally, which is pretty good. And the cap, I believe, stayed the same. Yes, the cap is the exact same. There's that. I don't remember the talents changed. I don't think it did. Outside like the sum, I don't think it changed. If I can find it. Here it is. Yeah, it was a sum of 44% of attack and 110% of HP. Now it's just 130% of his max HP. I believe everything else is the exact same. Yes. There is actually a new multiplier, a 1.3. I assume that's just the HP multiplier, but it's kind of weird that they did that. But there's that. I don't know if the technique changed. I don't remember. I don't think it did. No, it did not. Alright, let's look at traces. I actually don't know if these were changed at all, so we can read these now. Alright, so let's see. It seemed like the last one was changed. So this one's same. This one is just like worded differently, I think. Yeah, if a blade hits a weakness broken enemy after using force sword to restore HP. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's basically the same thing, just 2 words. And now with the last trace, instead of just increasing damage dealt by follow attack, it now also gives HP energy, which is solid. I think it's fine, right? It helps to get the ultimate faster. It's nice. It's not bad. All right, Eidolons. I know for a fact E4. One of the Eidolons were changed. I know that for a fact. Yes, E1 was changed. So before it just included his ultimate, and which did increase damage based on his tally. And I believe the tally was Now it includes his enhanced base attack, which is good. And I think that's it. Yes, to one designated enemy. Yeah, so that has not changed at all. E2 has not changed. E3 hasn't changed, obviously. I don't think E4, E6 have changed. I could be wrong. Yeah, I love this change. So E4 was when Blade's current HP drops to 50% or lower of his max HP, increases max HP by 20%, stacks it twice. Now it's when Blade's current HP percentage drops from above 50% to 50% of max HP or below, increases max HP by 20%, stacks it 2 times. I don't know why they had to tell me it has to go from above 50% to 50% below. I don't know why they had to say that, but okay. Sure. I think E6 was definitely not changed. But overall, these are okay changes, right? I think these are solid changes. I don't think it's like as much as I wanted. But then again, what I wanted was crazy a lot. I'm just glad they got rid of that stupid attack multiplier. There was no reason to have the stupid sum of his attack when all you cared about was HP, because he just had higher HP stat than the attack. Like, I mean, like in for his base stats, like he just had higher. Like, I didn't like the attack portion. So it's good that they changed it. That's good. I like it a lot. Would I say it's like the best changes? No, that still goes to Silver Wolf, but these are solid. Alright, now moving on to Jingliu. So, Jingliu, I've said this before in the video when I said they're talking about buffs. They changed her by giving all of her attack related stuff to HP stuff. So anytime there was an attack multiplier, it's an HP multiplier. I'm not the biggest fan of that. Like objectively speaking, yes, it is good, right? Because her HP stat is so high. But the problem is, people have built into attack, so you now have to rebuild the character to make up for that, which I think sucks, really does. But we'll go into everything. So as you can see, the same thing is here. Instead of attack, it's just HP. Same thing here. I believe nothing else just changes. Yeah, nothing else changes here. If we look at this specific skill, yep, same thing. It's just multiplier differences. 150 HP, 150 her max HP, 7% max HP. Like these are solid. I mean, I think these are solid multipliers. I don't know off the top of my head. I don't use Jingliu. I don't have her. I have to look at well, it wouldn't matter if I had her because they shouldn't use it. The only characters that really based off of are like Blade and characters like that, and it's kind of hard to judge off that. But these don't seem too bad. I think these are pretty solid. There's that. If we go on to the ultimate, I believe it's the same thing. Outside of just the fact that you get it's HP instead of attack. Yep, same thing. Then the talent, I don't know if the talent changed at all. Let's roll a little bit. Here we go. Let me just move this up a little bit. Perfect. When Jingliu has 2 stacks, she enters the state. Crit rate 50%. Right here, this was probably changed. I know this has changed. Jingliu's attack increases by 540% of the total HP consumed from allies, capped at 180% of her base attack, which is low. Last till the current attack ends, Jingliu can enter the special state again until it's the end, and she can stack up 3 times, yada yada. Now, if we look at it here, also she consumes a little bit more HP when she uses skills. It's 5% instead of 4%, so there's that. When in these, oh yeah, she also gets like just stack of Syzygy, I think. Yeah, she gets another stack of Syzygy when she goes into the state, so you have 3 instead of 2, which is always good. I'm trying to find it. Right here. When in the special transmigration state, Jingliu gains 1 stack of Moonlight when consuming allied target's HP. That's completely different. It's actually just completely different. Each stack increases Jingliu's crit damage by 44%, stacks to 5 times. Jingliu cannot enter the state again until the current one ends. Syzygy can stack up 3 times, and when you reach 0, you'll exit and remove all Moonlight. So you get what? I think this is about 0 down 2 up is 220% crit damage, I think? Yes. That's a lot of crit damage you get from this, right? Assuming to target HP. I assume it's every single time? I assume? I'm not too certain. I don't know if it's like every single time she does it, or like, for example, like when she takes 3 allies HP, it counts for 3. I'm not too certain on that, but we'll see how it works. I don't know if the technique was changed all that much outside of the attack stuff. I'm skimming. No, yeah, but it's 80% of her HP and instead of 80% of her attack, which is crazy. But yeah, it's pretty good. I think outside that, I think it's the exact same. It looks like it. Alright, let's now look at the traces. I actually don't know if these are different. Yes, it is actually. Yeah, the second one is different. After using Transcendent Flash, which I believe was her enhanced skill? Yes, it was her enhanced skill. Or no, not her enhanced skill. Sorry, her normal skill. The next action advanced by 10%. This was super unnoticeable at times because it was 10% is so low. Now, after using this flash, you additionally regenerate 15 energy, so you get your ult faster, which is good. That lets you use your ultimate in the state, so you can actually get another stack and then keep going. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's it for those. Eidolons, I know E4 changed, I believe. Yeah, E4 changed heavily. E1, I believe, is oh no, it's actually not the same. This changed to a 36% crit damage increase, and this deals an instance of damage equal to 8% of her max HP instead of 100% of her attack, which is pretty good. Now, I think that is equivalent. I believe those are equivalent to that regard. E4 was, I know, changed for a fact. Yeah. So before it was just when you went to the state, you gained attack, and then there's the cap changed. Now you just get, yeah, each stack additionally gives you 20% crit damage, so you go up to 64% per. So you get an additional, so that's 320, I think. You have 320% crit damage. So insane. I don't think E6 changed. Oh no, it did. Yes. Yeah, okay, yeah. She lost 50% crit damage here, but in turn she gets 20% ice resistance penetration here. And considering she already has a bunch of crit damage in her base kit here now, this is a fair change. So I think these are good changes. I just hate that you have to rebuild the character, right? Like, you have to rebuild the character now for this, which always sucks, I think. I never really liked doing that. I never liked when, it was the right move, but it's just like an annoying move, right? You have to add HP. Now you have to go into HP related stats and more into I would say a bit more into crit rate now. Not like too much in the crit rate, but a good bit is on here. But yeah, I still think these are solid changes, right? She's gonna be hitting pretty hard, I think, from this alone, so that's good. I'm gonna have to remake the character on my friend's account because god damn it, I know he's not gonna do it, but hey, we'll see. So that is it for Jingliu. Now we're gonna go on to probably the character I was most afraid of for buffs, Kafka. So let's get this straight out the way right now. This is not enough to bring Dot back, right? Listen, as Kafka is the main reason why Dot works, but we don't have enough good Dot characters to make the team work. So whatever she does, I don't think it's enough. But any changes are good changes, as we say. So let's move straight in. I can tell you right now what changed. The skill was changed automatically. So before, the skill just procs the Dot on the primary target. Now it procs on the adjacent targets too, which I don't know why it didn't, but hey, there's that. I believe the ultimate is slightly better now. Yes, it is. The ultimate now is equal. It now takes damage from 120% as the original damage, which is really good. Yeah, from the current Dot debuffs equal to 120% of its original damage. So it's a little higher. It's a little higher. I don't think it's enough, but it's nice, right? All right. The talent is different. I know that for a fact. So before, if her teammate used base attack on an enemy target, you did a follow-up attack and you did lightning damage with 100% base chance to inflict shock equivalent to that applied. This was so mediocre because like you rarely saw it, and like it didn't do it. It just applied lightning. I mean, it didn't matter. It didn't matter. Now you can use any attack to proc the follow-up attack. You have 2, and you get one recovered and then Kafka's turn. You get another one later on. We'll say that, and then that follow-up attack now actually procs the Dots, I believe. I think it did. Oh no, it's further down, I believe. But yeah, I believe the follow-up attack now also procs the Dots on the enemy. So yeah, and she also has 2, so you actually can use it. So there's that. I don't think the technique changed at all from what I saw. No, did not. All right. So here are the traces. Let's move into this. So the original trace was right here. When the ultimate is used, enemy targets will now receive damage immediately from all currently applied Dot sources instead of just receiving damage immediately from the currently applied shock. Now it's changed to when allied targets' effect hit rate is over 75%. Kafka increased their Dot dealt by 75%. This is good. This is actually pretty solid. Is it enough? I don't know. We'll have to see. This helps Black Swan a lot because her Dot can hit really hard at times. But I don't know if I would say this is enough for the character. We'll have to see. I also don't have like a good buffer for the team, right? Like my best buffer is like Tribby, and that's not exactly what I would call like a good buffer. So I'll have to figure that out. This is nothing different. I think the exact same. And then right here is different. So the base chance for target enemies to be shocked by ultimate technique and talent follow-up increase 30%. I believe this changed. Yes. After using ultimate talent's follow-up attack, regains 1 trigger count and cause all Dot debuffs the target is currently under to immediately produce damage equal to 8% of the original damage. I don't know why it stuck to after ultimate, but hey, something, right? Alright. So I believe a lot of this is the same. This just rewords. So that's the same. This is actually different. When talent triggers follow-up attack, Kafka attack increases by 12%, stack up 2 times, lasts for 3 turns. Before it was a Dot increase. So that was moved up to the trace. So it's now just an attack increase, which is good. Her Dot is based on her attack after all, so that's good. E4, E6. I don't think E4 or E6 changed. No, it did not. So yeah, that's it for the character. Is this enough? No, not by itself. It's good, right? This new trace is really solid, and having the follow attack being able to proc the Dots is really good. But this is not enough to bring the team back. It's not enough for Dot to be like, I don't think so. It's not enough for the team to absolutely just go Omega busted. I don't think. But it is good. These are pretty good changes, right? Now Kafka Black Swan's gonna be pretty good, and when the newest character Hisselins, who's gonna be the next big Dot character to come out, when she comes out, she'll help the team out a little bit as well. I think so. But so if I were to rank them, Silver has the best changes. These changes are so good for the character, like it's unbelievable. I love these changes. These are great changes. So there's that. Blade also has pretty solid changes too. I wish there was a little bit more, but I still think he's gonna be really solid. I think so. It's gonna be hit a bit harder too, and Hyacin's gonna make makes him hit hard, so that's good. Jingliu, these are good changes objectively, but man, it's really annoying when you have to rebuild your entire character, not from scratch, but you have to rebuild a lot of the relics, which is not great. Which is annoying, but hey, what can you do, right? And then Kafka, while I do like the changes, it's just not enough for the character as a whole, because for the team as a whole, right? The team as a whole is just not gonna, I don't think it's gonna be enough to like where I would say it's like a viable option to run. I just don't think so. Not without her Lycon. Like, I don't even have her Lycon, and I don't have like the biggest faith, right? Obviously, we won't be able to see like the full change of all these characters. Like, I don't have E2 Kafka, right? And I don't think it's gonna be possible to get E2 that easily, right? I don't know it with an E4 Jingliu, so I can't showcase that either. But I will be able to showcase like, you know, like base characters like Silverwolf, I hope. But I think it's the only character that will have Eidolon, so there's no avoiding that. Blade, we have Jingliu here, Kafka, like all these will go over free to play wise. I think Blade's gonna be a good option if you have Hyacinth. Silverwolf is gonna be a good option overall now. Jingliu's gonna be solid, and Kafka, I don't know. That's gonna be an enigma. But yeah, that'll be it for this video. Let me know what you think of these buffs down below in the comments, and let me know who else you want to see buffs. Personally, I want to see Sealer buffs. If they can make Silverwolf and Blade this good, so Sealer can see some pretty interesting stuff. Though, I don't think she can get buffed anytime soon because Archer. If you saw my last video or saw anything related to Archer, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that'll be it for this video. I hope you have enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.